Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane Savilasa Mahamoha Grahagrasaika Karmane. We have been looking at this chapter, which is explaining the cosmology in Vedanta. What kind of cosmology? Creation cosmology. Now, mind you, in Vedanta, we are not committed to creation. It's a waste of time. Why? There is creation, is there not? Yes and no. Yes, until we understand that which has come, this whole creation, is just like what we talked about this morning, the creation in the dream. Swakale satyavat bhati. In its own time, it shines as real, because the dreamer, the dreaming person doesn't know I am in the dream. The dreaming person takes everything to be real. There is a story that says that this person had a 10-course meal, heavy 10-course meal, and then went to sleep. Bad idea, okay? Yeah, we know that. But nonetheless, went to sleep, and in the dream, he dreamt that he was starving, really starving. No, not a single thing he has eaten in many, many days in the dream. Is that a reality? No. But Swakale, in its own time, Satyavat Bhati, it is shines as though it is real. And then Prabodhe Sati, when the awakening happens, awakening means the knowledge. What is the knowledge? That I am dreaming. Because in the dream he was crying. Oh, I have not eaten. He was talking and crying. Somebody woke him up and said, you are having this dream because you ate too much. So then, when he got up from the dream, did he head to the refrigerator to take the refrigerator out and then take something out and eat it? No. He was still uncomfortably full. So, the Jagat is also like that. The seen, perceived reality is also like that, and therefore the creation, the so-called creation cosmology does not really commit itself to talking about the creation. Creation is there. We are not denying it is not there. We are not saying, oh, there is no Jagat. No, there is Jagat, yes. But we are questioning in the process of understanding this Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, Bheda, the differences between Jiva, oneself, Jagat, the world, and Ishvara, the Creator. In understanding the differences, we are questioning how much reality to give this Jagat. What is the nature of the reality of the Jagat? So the commitment is not to the Jagat, the commitment is to show that one is non-separate from the source of the Jagat, Brahman, Ishvara. So therefore, we can't expect the Upanishads to give some kind of a long winded explanation about how this Jagat came into being. Because the question, why is there the world, is itself based on a subjective premise of not knowing oneself. Is based on the subjective premise of one's own ignorance, and the Shruti is very kind to us. Shruti means the teaching. The Upanishads are very kind to us, and they go along with our ignorance, and they give some kind of an explanation to keep us quiet so that we can sit quietly and listen to what is the reality of ourselves. It is an interim explanation. It is an explanation for the time being. And what do we see from the time being? Yes, there is a creator, Ishvara is there. And Maya is there. Maya is the Shakti of Ishvara. And this Maya, what happened? This Maya is the raw material of the universe. Because in any creation, starting with chocolate cake, what do we need? Raw material. We need the raw material, and then we need the intelligence to go behind it. So the raw material would be whatever we use. We use the flour, we use sugar, butter, all these things are the raw material. And then what is the intelligence? Because the raw material you can't just mix and keep it like that. Somebody should know what to do with the raw materials, when to mix, how much to beat it, when to put it in the oven, and most importantly, when to take it out. Yeah. And so, therefore, this combination of the raw material and the intelligence is what we call goddess and God. That is what we call. And so the raw material by itself is of no use, and the creator by itself without the raw material is of no use. The raw material in the world, when we make a cake, the raw material is where? Is with in the shop with somebody else. I have to go and borrow this raw material. But whereas for Ishvara, where will Ishvara go to borrow the raw material? Nothing else. All that is there is one whole Ishvara, one whole consciousness whose nature is now Ananda, Ananta, whose nature is all knowledge and whose nature is the source of all existence. Where will it go to borrow? It doesn't even know how to borrow, it doesn't know what to do. And so therefore the raw material is non-separate from the maker. Therefore we can invoke in the raw material itself, the maker can be invoked, because the maker cannot be objectified, the raw material can be objectified, so we can invoke the maker with the help of the raw material itself. This is the beauty of it. That's why we say all that is here is sacred. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever is there in this jagat is pervaded by, non-separate from Bhagavan Ishvara. This explanation is given because we can understand it. We know that in order to make a pot, we need a clay, and then we need clay, and then we need the intelligence. It looks very easy. There is a wheel, and then you see the person throwing the clay on the wheel and then suddenly making a pot. You try it, and then what will happen? It will all implode and collapse. Yes, the knowledge must be there. But in the case of the pot, when you buy the pot or some piece of pottery, the creator of the pot does not come along, along with their family and cat and dog, they don't move in. But whereas when you look at the Jagat, the maker and the raw material are one and the same, no difference. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanatvam. For this Jagat, there is no separation. And so therefore, this same awareness, this same Satchidananda, this same consciousness assumes, as it were, this is our second teaching, assumes as it were various bodies. And in the exalted body, bodies such as what? Vishnu, Shiva, etc. has a good time. The same consciousness has a great time as Lord Ganesha. Everybody loves. God gets a lot of love from the Jagat and from the people. Gets to eat as many laddus. What are laddus? Ball of calories, okay? Yeah, in a round shape. Yeah, he is also round and what he eats is also round. And so, this is all exalted body, and we also learnt a new concept, Shuddha Sattva. And so, in this exalted body, the same awareness, consciousness has a grand old time. And then what? Martyadi adhamadeheshu bhajati martyatam. Martya means mortal. You see, there is some connection there. But the word mortal, mort, must have come from martya only. And so, and in lowly bodies, lowly means what? Besotted with limitations of all kinds. 3 kinds of limitations are talked about in the Shastra. And what are they? Deshataha, Kalataha, Vastutaha. Space-wise limitation. If you are here, you cannot be elsewhere. Time-wise limitation. If you are in this day, in this time, you cannot be in some other day and some other era at the same time. And then we have also one more thing which we are not used to, and that is called object-wise limitation. Vastutaha parichinnatvam, object-wise limitation. And what is this object-wise limitation? So if you are in this particular body, you cannot be in some other body at the same time. And so everything, these so-called adhama sharira, adhama deheshu, in these lowly bodies, the same, what is that called? Consciousness, awareness, the same Satchidananda Atma attains what? Various limitations in a limited body. Here is where the drama starts, yeah. You see now how the drama, the setup for the drama is done very well by Swami Vidyaranya. Here are some folks like Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesha, Devi, all of them, and in fantastic bodies, they sport and they have, they have Krida, they have Leela, and the rest of us, what happens? We are crying in these small, limited, fear-filled, ignorance-filled bodies. The drama has been set up. And the separation from Rama is also set up there. Because one considers oneself lowly because because of the identification with this body-mind-sense complex. And the devatas, the devas in the deva bodies, the jivas in the deva bodies, the individuals that are there in the deva bodies do not get carried away because they have self-knowledge. Shuddha Sattva is there. They are aware of themselves as sporting this particular body at this particular time. Whereas, because of the Malina Sattva, means the Sattva that has a shade of self-ignorance. Because being enveloped by self-ignorance, what happens to this jiva? The jiva suffers. Oh no, I am in a mortal body, I am subject to death, I am subject to all kinds of pains and sorrows. This is the wrong conclusion. Oh no, what to do now? Better go to the next verse. Aneka janma bhajanat, verse number 3 says, Aneka janma bhajanat, swavicharam chikirshati, vicharena vinashtayam, mayayam shishyate swayam. Aneka janma bhajanat. Bhajanat means after gaining many births of turmoil, of association with the body, the identification with the body, after gaining many such births, and one birth gone, another birth gone, what happened? No enquiry happened. There was no introspection. Why? Because one was fighting with the shadows. The shadows appeared to be real. Everything that happened to the body appeared to be real. Everything that happened to the mind appeared to be real. So, fighting with shadows, fighting with oneself, fighting with the Jagat, one janma gone. Next janma, slightly different. Fighting with Ishvara, another janma gone. Fighting with Ishvara means what? Total non-acceptance of what is. What is Ishvara, and if I am not in tune with what is, then I am always wishing that what is should be what it is not, and then I have no power to make what is into what it is not. Again fighting. One more life gone. Fighting with the Jagat, one life gone. Fighting with other jivas, one life gone. Fighting with Ishvara, and a few other lives gone. And then finally what? Fighting with oneself. Non-acceptance of oneself, self-critique, self-loath, self-judgment, many lifetimes gone. Aneka janma bhajanat. Then finally there is a certain quickening, a ripening, an inward growing up, where finally one cuts the baby teeth of spirituality in one birth. Swavicharam chikirshati. Chikirshati means decides to do or desires to do. Desires to do what? Swavichara, an inquiry into oneself. Swavicharam chikirshati. And there also there can be many potholes. Different kinds of potholes are there. Many missed steps. Many slips between cups and lips. Many slips between Shruti and the ear. Missed the chance of listening. Missed the chance of doing Shravanam. Missed the chance of approaching a master. In fact, saw the master and then asked for what is that, better, asked for money, asked for a job, asked for a happy family life, nothing wrong. But then could not go beyond that. And when we are able to go beyond that and see that no matter what I have, the discontent and the dissatisfaction and the self-non-acceptance centered on the I is not going to go. This is the beginning of what Swami Vidyaranya calls Swavichara, an inquiry into I. After a great lot of punya, collected punya means in the previous lives, even though I did not do self-enquiry, what might have one done? One might have helped somebody else, reached out and helped somebody else who was struggling. Just out of sheer compassion, out of the humanity of it all, just reached out and said, here, I can afford this, let me give you a hand. Here, I'm here for you. And here is a smile. Here is lifting up somebody. Here is somebody helping lots of people through seva, through charity, through building homes for children, orphans, orphanages, schools. So many things. helping out ashrams, all these kinds of reaching out actions called in the Shastra as punya, no translation, okay? Yeah, at the most you can say reaching out actions. So this punya accumulates and then finally fructifies into self-enquiry. That is why Vedanta cannot be advertised and you can't sort of say, come one, come all to the Vedanta ball. Nobody will come. Yes. No one will come. Because it is dependent upon the level of preparation. And the level of preparation and the inner preparation happens with this keeping on getting disappointed, one life disappointed, next life discontented, third life dissatisfied, fourth life dejected. This is life in 4D, okay? And then so like this, repeatedly, eating disappointment, repeatedly upset with oneself and angry with the world, angry with Bhagavan. Finally, the wisdom dawns. Maybe it's not everybody else, maybe it's me. Not from a sense of self-blame, because that is not useful. You can't just have this dyad. Everybody else is an idiot, and then now what? I am an idiot. No, that's not the idea. The idea here is to be able to look objectively without the subjective conclusions coming in. Aneka janma bhajanat swavicharam chikirshati. Here also there can be lot of missed steps. And because even though it is called swavichara, one's own enquiry of oneself, the Adi Shankara warns us. Shankaracharya says, please do not do self-enquiry by yourself. Even if you know Sanskrit. Even if you know Sanskrit, you may be a Pandit ji, and then you may be knowing all the Paninian grammar rules that you belt out for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but still do not do enquiry into the Shastra by yourself. Do not inquire into Brahman by yourself. Shastrajñopi, he says, Brahmanveshanam swatantriyena na kuryat. By yourself, do not do this self-enquiry. You need help. We already saw this. You need help. And we need help. Why? Because there is kartri karma virodha. Who is wanting to know who I am? Me. Who is this me? The ahankara that has the catch, conquer and kill mentality. What is this catch, conquer and kill mentality? Catch and kill mentality is the samskaras from previous lives when we were all beasts. How did we live? Catch, kill, eat. That same thing one is doing with regard to now the kill has become what? Conquest. And then these teenagers will use the word kill. One boy came to me, said he had sat for some important exam. He came to me with his mother. And so, how did you do? I said. This teenage boy said, Swaminiji, I killed it. I got little alarmed. What is this? Killed it? I never heard this expression. Then I looked at the mom. I said, what is he saying? No, it means he did very well. Yeah. Killed it. We talk like this also. Yeah. This is all samskaras from past life. When we were big cats, tigers, lions, cheetahs, pumas, all these things we were. Catch, kill, eat. Catch, kill, eat. Next life also catch, kill, eat. And this life, no need to catch, kill, eat, but the language and the samskaras and the orientation is still there. That catch, kill, eat orientation is still there, and for the one who is catching or wanting to catch, the one who is wanting to catch, the one who is wanting to kill is the subject of knowledge. So the catcher cannot be caught and the killer cannot be killed. You see the contradiction here. So first of all, this orientation needs to be dropped. All this is there in Swavichara. This orientation of this catch, kill, conquer mentality has to be completely dropped, and one has to approach a teacher for instruction. Mahapurusha Samshraya, the Viveka Chudamani, another celebrated work in Vedanta, will say, Mahapurusha is teacher, the one who knows. And how did the person who knows, how did the Mahapurusha come to know? The Mahapurusha did not wake up on the right side of the bed and say, I know everything by myself. There is no by yourself, we just talked about it. And so therefore what? So how did that person know? How did the teacher know? The teacher knew from his teacher, who knew from her teacher, who knew from his teacher. This is what is called a lineage. But who was the first teacher? Adi Guru Dakshinamurti. Or you can say Narayana, some form of Bhagavan. Or you can say Devi, doesn't matter. It all has to go to the source. It has come, everything has come from Bhagavan. No, but how do you know there is the first teacher? That's very easy, because you are here. That is how we know. There is the first teacher. So, if anybody asks, how do you know there is the first teacher? Then we have to ask them, how do you know there was the first mother? How do you know? Because you are here. Same answer. And so, this is Swavichara. So therefore, the human birth is given as a gift only to gain this knowledge, and then that is a very great punya. After many, many lifetimes it comes, after catching and killing and eating many things, this comes, and then the second blessing is this desire for self-enquiry, also called mumukshuta, the desire to be free. That's why one does self-enquiry, is because of the desire to be free. And then the third blessing is Mahapurusha Samshraya, taking refuge in the teacher. This is a very big thing, very big topic in Vedanta. And then what happens? Then the teacher instructs you about the nature of this whole scheme of things, about how there is only one reality and every other thing that I call real is a projection of this reality alone, is an effect of this reality. Like even clay and pot. Pot is an effect, non-separate from clay, and without clay there is no pot. The weight of the pot is what? Weight of clay. The color of the pot is the color of clay. And then if you smell the pot, the smell of the pot is the smell belonging to what? Pot or clay? Clay. In fact, the whole pot is clay. Can you say it the other way around? Clay is therefore pot? No. Clay is clay, pot is clay. And same thing, gold and ornament. Ornament, non-separate from gold. Million ornaments, one gold. One gold, million ornaments. The weight, when you take the ornament to the jeweler does not weigh the chain that you have given. What is the jeweler weighing? Gold. Jeweler is a gold enlightened person with regard to the gold. So the gold, he is weighing the gold, he is not looking at the chain or any other ornament. And so this is how it is. Then what about the chain? What about the ring? What about the bangle? What about small pot, big pot, medium sized pot, and all kinds of things? What about all of them? All of them have just come from one source, sustained by one source, and go back to the same source. This is what Shvetaketu is taught in the 6th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad. Shvetaketu is taught this very, very thing, same thing. And then, so what is this gold then? You cannot say gold, what is this chain? What is this bangle? You cannot say this is non-existent. Why? Because you paid money and purchased it. In fact, you purchased gold, but what are you wearing? Chain. Very interesting. You purchased gold, but in a particular name and form. The name and form comes and goes. The gold is the same. And so what is this name and form? The Chandogya Upanishad looks at this name and form in the form of word and meaning. The whole Jagat is a series of words and meanings. Table, word, which has a meaning, which we all understand. Chair, word and meaning. Pot, word and meaning. Bangle, word and meaning. Chain, word and meaning. Plants, word and meaning. Beach, word and meaning. Sand, word and meaning, word and meaning, word and meaning. The whole Jagat is what? Word and meaning. This is the status of the Jagat. And this whole word and meaning, whose truth is Brahman? My truth is Brahman. The truth of Ishvara is also Brahman. This is where we have to come. And so the 3rd verse says, Vicharena vinashtayam mayayam. So Vicharena, as a result of this enquiry, vinashtayam, when there is the destruction. Vinasha means destruction. Vinashtayam, in the event of this enquiry, because of this enquiry, when the Maya is destroyed. Vinashtayam mayayam, when the Maya is destroyed. How is the Maya destroyed? What is Maya first of all? Maya here, from the standpoint of the individual, Maya means self-ignorance, the enveloping of the self-ignorance which makes me feel that I am separate from everything else, I am alienated from everything else. That is what comes to be destroyed. Vicharena vinashtayam mayayam shishyate. So when Maya is destroyed, when the ignorance is destroyed, what happens? All the words and meanings are also destroyed? No. I come to know their reality. I come to know that the Jagat is a stage. I finally come to know. It finally dawns on me that the Jagat is a stage. After staging a lot of drama in many, many, many lives, finally I say, oh my God, this is my stomping ground. This is where this is a kshetra, a field of experience. This is a kshetra. What am I? What am I? Kshetrajna. I am the one who knows that this whole Jagat is a place to exhaust karmas, gain some experience, gain some preparation, rub with others and against others, and then gain some wisdom how to live in the world without rubbing people the wrong way. This is my stage. The whole Jagat is a stage. Finally it dawns when the business of taking everything seriously and making the same mistake again and again and again. It's okay to make mistakes, but we should make new mistakes each time. Yeah, not the same mistakes. Yeah. New mistake means I am learning from the old ones. If I keep making the same mistakes, that means the growth is not happening. Therefore, aneka janma bhajanat swavicharam chikirshati vicharena vinashtayam mayayam. Then when this whole attachment and the identification to the Jagat, starting with my own body, mind, sense complex, when that is questioned and ultimately destroyed, there is something that is left behind. Oh, what is that? You. What kind of you? The non-complaining I. Yeah. What is gone? Complaints are gone. Identification that this I am as good as this body is gone. I am as good as this mind is gone. Everything is gone. And then there is something that is left, which never came, which cannot go, and which was always there. But this whole covering, as it were, this what is left behind was, as it were, covered by ajnanam, atma ajnanam, self-ignorance. It was totally covered, and then the covering is gone. That covering is avarana shakti of Maya, the as though covering, which makes me alienated from myself, because my own nature, the glory of my nature, is hidden from me. This is what I have to uncover. This is what I have to understand. This is what I have to let go of. And then when that eclipse is gone, the eclipse called Maya is gone, what remains is what? Swayam Shishyate. I alone remain. What kind of an I? The non-demanding, non-complaining, appreciative, accommodative, glorious, and compassionate I remains. What a wonderful place to stop. Yeah. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.
So I'd like to thank very much Swamini Satma Vidyananda Saraswati for this beautiful teaching. Let's give her another very big hand. And Swamini ji will continue the teachings from the Panchadashi tomorrow in the morning satsang and in the evening satsang. So now we'll go over the schedule for the rest of the day tomorrow. So we'll have the morning satsang here at 6 a.m., continuing with the study with Swamini Satma Vidyananda Saraswati. 8 o'clock, we'll have the yoga classes. If the weather permits, we'll have an intermediate class on the beach. Otherwise, we'll be here on the garden platform and a beginners on the Bay West platform. At 8:05 in the morning, we continue with the study of the Brahma Sutras with Swami Sharavananda Giriji Maharaj in the Shivananda Hall. 9:45 the brunch. 11 o'clock the ashram welcome and history tour, living from reception for any new guest. Then at noon, we continue with the series of workshops of question and answers with Swamini Satma Vidyananda Saraswati here on the garden platform. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we'll have a special workshop with our staff, Sundari, and this will be a practice of Yoga Nidra, deep relaxation. So everybody is welcome to join and just kindly bring a yoga mat. 4 o'clock, we'll have the yoga classes in the same locations. 5:45 the dinner. 7 o'clock, the chanting of the Bhagavad Gita, followed by a short study with Swami Sharavananda Giriji Maharaj in the main temple. And in the evening satsang, we continue with the study of the Panchadashi with Swamini Satma Vidyananda Saraswati. Tomorrow also we'll be having the graduation ceremony for the Yoga for Vision Holistic Eye Care with Danielle Orlansky and Mark Grossman. So we'd like to congratulate the teachers and the students of this course, Yoga for Vision. We would like to give them a very big hand for their successful completion. So at 3 o'clock they will be having their graduation ceremony, and you know how you usually throw the hats, so here they throw the glasses up in the air. No more glasses for the Yoga for Vision. And so that will be, you'll see glasses flying up in the air tomorrow. And tomorrow is also the day off for the students of the TTC and the ATTC, so we'd like to congratulate them for completing 2 weeks. So tomorrow they'll be there, a study day, and today to rest and study, to remember to do their 1 hour of Karma Yoga, and of course for the ATTCs you have the regular pranayama practice. Tonight we have a request to dedicate the final prayers. This is for Chris Murali, the father of Charlie Murali, who was just presenting here. So his father, Chris Murali, passed away today. So we'd like to dedicate the final prayers for the peaceful transition of the soul. Page 97. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sukandim pushtivadanam urvarukamiva bandanan mrityo mukshya mamritat. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sukandim pushtivadanam urvarukamiva bandanan mrityor mukshya mamritat. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sukandim pushtivadanam urvarukamiva bandanan mrityor mukshya mamritat. Om Sarveshan swastir bhavatu, sarveshan shantir bhavatu, sarveshan punam bhavatu, sarveshan mangalan bhavatu, sabbe bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve badrani pashyantu ma kashetu kavad bhavet. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityon ma mritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto Thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Thou art Satchit Ananda. Thou art existence, knowledge, and bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us a spiritual strength to resist temptations and control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, anger, greed, hatred, and jealousy, and fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Om Bolo Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Bolo Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Please stand up for the Arati. Welcome to follow on page 118.
Jai Jarati Vinna Vinayaka विनायका श्री गणेश जय जारती सुब्रह्मण्य सुब्रह्मण्य कार्तिकेय जय जारती वेणुगोपाल वेणुगोपाल वेणुलोला पप्पा विदुरा नवनीता चोरा जय जारती वेंकटरामना वेंकटरामना संगतारना सीतारामा राधे श्यामा जय जारती गौरी मनोहर गौरी मनोहर भवानी शंकर संबा सदाशिव